I'm here in GB News. Do you believe this is ignorance, or indeed is it prejudice? Not, of course, that ignorance is an excuse.
Afternoon, Mark. Thanks for having me on. It's just very sad. It's pitiful to see Diane Abbott reducing herself to this. I mean, she was Britain's first black female MP. Her legacy should be one of positive change. Instead, she's going to bow out, and she must surely now ignominiously bow out, maliciously belittling the racism experienced by others. It's a sad end to what has been 4 decades on the political front line.
Yeah, I mean, the indication obviously is she's got the whip removed, certainly, but this investigation will continue. But as we heard when the Vox Pops in Stamford Hill, you know, she should be deselected in their view. Is that the case in your view too?
Well, I mean, it's one misstep after the other. Keir Starmer, I mean, he reacted quickly. Keir Starmer has got a huge 18 months ahead of him. There hasn't been a Labour leader voted in to office for 50 years since Tony Blair. So Starmer's got his work cut out, and he can't be having this in the background. Diana's got a rap sheet as long as War and Peace when it comes to being on the wrong side of moral issues. I mean, you might remember last year she was also threatened with losing the whip when she appeared to sympathise with Putin and question the legitimacy of NATO, but she managed to survive that one. And now this ignorant nonsense.
And what about the Labour Party itself? Because clearly there's a situation with Jeremy Corbyn and his reaction, dramatically overstated with his assessment in terms of the charges of anti-Semitism. I mean, this perhaps is a difficult one, but, you know, do you believe that the Labour Party is institutionally anti-Semitic?
No, of course it's not. It's gone huge strides in the last couple of years under Keir Starmer, who has been extraordinarily proactive. I can't tell you how much he's reached out to the Jewish community. And Jews are naturally, they're naturally Labour voters. I've been a Labour voter. I haven't voted for Labour in the last 15 years or so because I haven't felt comfortable to. But I know that the Jewish community is coming back to Labour. But things like this, as I said, the country deserves an opposition that's qualified to be a government. And I think we finally have that now with Labour, but not unfortunately if Diane Abbott's going to stand at next year's election in Hackney and Stoke Newington.
OK. And is there a positive to this in that people will start to realise what history has dealt the Jewish diaspora and actually look beyond the sort of slogans and the politics and relive the history of the Second World War and the Holocaust?
It's a shame that we have to be talking about anti-Semitism again. The Jewish community has spent 5 years going through the ring on this one. Yeah. And this isn't just about Jews. I mean, let's be clear. I've got the stats here. She was actually making a reference to the Evidence for Equality National Survey, which also talked about Gypsy, Roma and traveller communities. And it actually stated in numbers, 60% of this minority have faced physical racism. I mean, she's chosen to willfully misrepresent the findings and not just do that on a TV interview. She's done that carefully and considered in a letter to a Sunday newspaper. So
not just ignorance, then, in that sense?
Well, it's willful ignorance. I mean, she says that it was a first draft that was accidentally sent. I'd love to know what the second draft was going to be, whether that was going to then delete what she really felt.
Richard, thank you very much indeed for joining us and bringing us your view here on GB News. Thank you.